words are really similar, also the melody too.
Contemplate my fate at salvation, lets their wings unfold.
I gave him some money and he went away. And yes, well, Robbie Williams is a bit of a cheeky chappy. That's not the most empathetic choice of words. It's William here, the Bangkok voice coach, and today I'm looking at Robbie Williams. Have you been watching the Netflix documentary about his life and career? Absolutely fascinating and really recommended. But remember that song, Angels, 1997. Life Through a Lens was the album. It was his first solo, and he'd had some years of crashing and burning after Take That. And then this song appeared supposedly out of nowhere. But there is an extraordinary history to it, and it's well worth watching this video to find out more. Let's go into the song.
I sit and wait.
So this is E major.
Does an angel contemplate my fate?
It's a mid-tempo ballad.
And do they know the places where we go when we're gray and old? 'Cause I have been told that salvation
Quite nasal there.
lets their wings unfold.
Soft palate is low and he's singing a little bit in his nose.
So when I'm lying in
Lovely
my
chord
bed,
change.
thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love is
It's
dead.
very touching, isn't it? It's a beautiful
I'm
song.
loving angels instead.
The chorus.
And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong. And down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead.
And it's really clear cut there. You get the verse and you get this killer chorus, and it peaks up there on this F sharp 4 and just touches the G sharp 4 as well. So it's a little bit of a strain in the voice. You can hear that Robbie just has to reach for that note because it's just above the male passaggio, which we're going to say is around about an E or an F natural. And I think Robbie found this song really hard to sing when he wasn't in good voice. In the footage of the documentary, it's quite clear that when he's on the world tour and he's lost his voice, that he cannot sing this phrase and he has to let the audience sing it. So it's a little bit tricky for him. It is a reach. It's an emotional reach. And it's very important when you're singing a song to emotionally reach and sometimes just sing a little bit beyond what is comfortable. It's a beautiful chorus written by Robbie Williams and Guy Chambers, who was just a school teacher when Robbie Williams gave him the chance to produce his first album. And they went on to have an amazing creative career together. And it's really well documented in this Netflix series. They go to Jamaica to write album number 2, and it's a proper bromance. It's just brilliant. But what is fascinating about this song is that Ray Heffernan originated it, and he presented it to Robbie Williams in Dublin when he accidentally met him in 1996 and said, "I've got a song you might like." And well, Robbie did like it. And when you listen to the original by Ray Heffernan, yes, indeed, there are great similarities, particularly in the first minute or so where the words are really similar. Also, the melody too.
Contemplate my fate, that salvation lets their wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head.
But it lacks the chorus, and the chorus really is the killer part of this song. So we can therefore assume that Robbie and Guy Chambers wrote the chorus entirely, and they used some of the information from Ray Heffernan's opening minute or so. And Robbie, just to make things really clear, offered Ray Heffernan £7,500 to basically buy what he had written, buy it outright. In other words, you cannot come back in the future to ask for royalties. Ray Heffernan has sort of got a bit of a thing about this now. He says for a long time, I was angry about this, but as you get older, you see things differently. Whereas Williams says, well, we could have gone to court, but instead I gave him some money and he went away. And yes, well, Robbie Williams is a bit of a cheeky chappy. He's a bit dismissive. That's not the most empathetic choice of words, but we can see what he means. Essentially, Ray Heffernan agreed to the terms. He probably regrets it now because it was a massive hit based on some of the material from his original. But a lot of it is the chorus and a lot of it is Robbie. And Robbie's vocals here are very post-Oasis and even post-McCartney and Lennon. There's a slightly nasal quality to the middle voice, and there's quite a bit of a strain when it goes above the passaggio, and it somehow manages not to be sentimental because it has a good, strong backbone.
When I'm feeling weak and my pain walks down a one-way street, I look above and I know I'll always be blessed with love.
Isn't that lovely shit?
And as the feeling grows, she breathes flesh to my bones. Oh, when love is dead, I'm loving angels instead. And through it, oh, she offers me protection.
It's got a warm feeling, doesn't
Love
it?
and affection, whether I'm right or wrong. And down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me.
Traveling here, isn't it?
When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead.
I mean, an instrumental break here, which I've completely forgotten about. But again, it's just that feeling of emotion and freedom and affirmation of life and the importance of love, and it just captures all of this. It's just the right tempo. And the chorus again. Protection and affection. Nice rhyme there.
Down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead.
Beautiful video, absolutely gorgeous in black and white, stunning. So it is just a mega hit, and you can see why. It has got the killer chorus, it's got the exact right tempo, it's in the right key, and it has the right guy singing it. He just has this perfect balance between vulnerability and masculinity, and it just hits the nail. I do think that it bears some similarities. In fact, it has a strong resemblance to Ray Heffernan's song, but let's face it, a deal was done that day, and that is, legally speaking, very clear. A line was drawn, and maybe Ray Heffernan regrets it, but sometimes life just does stuff, you know, it's unpredictable. Robbie Williams was so mouthy. He was really strong, gifted personality, very funny, great with lyrics, great with the one-liners, and he could sit down with Guy Chambers and write a song in 15 minutes just by kind of going, I have this lyric that's come to my mind, and he'll hum a tune. He needed somebody who could write his music, to formulate it into structure, to give it chords, to write it down, to turn it into something workable. So for that reason, you cannot say that Robbie Williams is without talent. It's often been said. He doesn't have a very good voice, he can't play a musical instrument, he can't read or write music, he just got lucky. But no, there is something about Robbie Williams which is a really special, unique character. He's a really charismatic person. He's a deep thinking person. He's got flaws, but he owns up to his flaws. He embraces himself, he embraces life, he lives in the moment, and he's very, very gifted. And when he went out on tour, it kind of crumbled because unfortunately it wasn't backed up by a singing technique. If only he had a teacher who taught him how to warm up his voice, to ditch the cigarettes, especially when you're in the recording studio. Don't take a drag of a cigarette and then sing a vocal that's going to be preserved for decades. You know, look after your voice, stay hydrated, and warm up your voice before you sing. Use proper diaphragmatic support. All of these things could have really helped him. And in fact, he didn't really have a vocal coach on tour. He had a masseurs, he had people around him who were, looking after him, but vocal health is absolutely essential, and that is probably the thing that really jumped out from this documentary, is that he didn't look after his voice, and yet he somehow just expected it to work and to be at his service day and night. Your voice is a delicate instrument, and Robbie Williams is really talented, and I really enjoyed having a look behind the scenes. It's been really fascinating, interesting, enlightening. And I think very generous of him to do so, because let's face it, he doesn't exactly need the money. So, well done, Robbie, and thanks for watching.
I'm loving angels instead.